Patrik, IRONMAN Frankfurt, you already know this race. You have been here third already with a time of 7 hours 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you in the same shape? Can we see this time again, please, on Sunday?
I hope. I was actually second as well 3 years ago. So it's the third time here, and I think it's a course that fits me well. And I feel prepared. The training has been great. Then as a couple of athletes, I've struggled as well to get back to a good race after the pandemic. But I definitely feel more eager and more excited for this race than I've been earlier this year. And again, the training has been good, so I feel prepared, and I think a time around what you talked about should be possible.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your way through the pandemic back to the races? I think this should be interesting for the age group athletes as well, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's been, luckily in Denmark and Sweden, we haven't been locked up at home, so we've always been able to be outside and move and train. There was some issues with the swimming pools that they closed down, but luckily I could always find a good way to actually keep swimming with different swim teams, with different clubs, different swimming pools. So the training during the pandemic has been good. Then of course, I mean, what we've been talking about is there haven't been any races. So I think this...
It's more a mentally thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think more mentally it's been more... The training has been great. But then, like you said, mentally that you haven't got this adrenaline, you haven't been like in this race mode in a long time. So I think for me that's been where I feel more prepared for this race than I've been earlier this year, that this adrenaline, this excitement, this like I really want to win, it's bigger or better than it's been earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that is maybe a good part of the last 2 years with less races and now focusing again on one main goal and not hurrying from weekend to weekend and several races happening at the same time at one day?
Yeah, definitely. It's the same. We got our second child 10 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that, it brings like a calm feeling during the pandemic. And of course you want to get back to races, you want to like get this, not stress, but where races are happening, where you're really out on the course and trying to perform as good as you can under that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I love to train, but I love to race even more, but you need to practice that part as well.
So you say you love to race. What is your goal for Sunday? We are searching still for the favorite, who's the best athlete. Are you the one to beat on Sunday? What do you think?
I hope. I cross my fingers for it. But earlier years, there's, in my opinion at least, it's always been a big favorite. It's always been Jan or Sebastian when I was racing, where you say, okay, this is the guy to beat. Try to follow Jan for as long as possible and see if you can beat him on the finish line. Kind of. In this race, it's definitely more open. I think we are, 4 guys at the press conference earlier today, and I could see all of them winning the race on Sunday. And I think there's an additional 5 who could actually win the race. So, like I said, I think it's hard to find a favorite, but I hope I'm one of the guys to beat at least.
Do you have a strategy before the race, or are you just deciding in the moment what is happening when you see the other athletes around you? What is your way into the race and through the race?
I think I usually have a plan what I should do if I'm alone. If I get alone during the swim out on a bike, okay, what's the plan? What's the power I should keep? How should I put up this race? Or if there's no one who wants to put the pace on the bike, okay, what should I do? Then it's not too often that happens. It happened in Texas for me in 2019. I got alone after the swim, and okay, let's do the bike as good as I can. So I have a plan for that one. But then of course it's race dynamic. Different things happen. I expect. I mean, someone like Maurice, who's so great on the bike, can actually go up, put the pace on the swim, put the pace on the bike, and
then
really go
drop him on the run.
Yeah. No, but like you do. Then of course you need to adapt to that situation. What happens, or if you see David McNamee, I mean, he's a great runner. I hope I can run as fast as him or faster, but he's obviously a good runner. Okay, what should you do if you're halfway on the bike and he's still just in front of you or behind you? Like, how should you react to this? So I usually make a basic plan before the race. What should I do if I'm alone? But then out on the race, it's always a question of how to adapt to different situations.
We've already talked to Franz, and he said he wants to run around 2 hours 40 on the marathon. What is your goal for the run?
2:39:50.
Good one.
No, I usually try to, depending on the heat, depending on the pace, like I try to aim for 2:40 as well. Like try to keep the kilometer times between 3:45 and 3:50. If I can speed up towards the end, that's great. If I can't, that's fine. But low 2:40 at least.
Yeah, you know the race and you know the run course and you know the crowd here. So let's see how many of them will be here on Sunday. But what is the thing you love the most about Ironman Frankfurt?
It's definitely the support from the people out on the run course, especially the swim. It's a bit tricky to get to for everyone, so there are people there, but it's out in nowhere.
Yeah,
it's tricky to get to.
Yeah.
The bike course is, as it always is, it's 180 kilometers. It's hard to cover all of it for spectators, but the earlier years it's been a hill. I think they've took it away this year. But that one, of course, you remember there's a lot of people, everyone's cheering. And then most of the run course, it's the support from the crowd is amazing.
We are looking forward to seeing you racing on Sunday. All the best, and hopefully you will run faster than 2 hours 40. And looking forward to see you on the podium.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks.